What is good, everyone? Welcome back to Animedia. I'm your host EZP, and today we're taking the long-awaited closer look at the Artist Choice piece. But before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay notified of all future uploads. Another new way you can stay up to date is by heading over to Discord, clicking the Discord roles channel, clicking the Animedia icon, and then you'll get access to Animedia announcements, chat, future giveaways and many possible features down the road. So the origin of this piece is all derived from the trait Artist Choice. This was given to 10 animators before reveal, all selected by the amazing artist Pixel Gustavo. It's just amazing, honestly packed with so much detail and sneak peeks to the lore, it really gets you thinking. But that's enough talk, let's take a closer look. So you should be able to see me alongside the Artist Choice piece very seamlessly now. That is due to our new green screen. You can let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll be using it for many future videos and streams. Getting onto the piece itself, I first want to say the color distribution is amazing. You know, Gustavo hits this out of the park all the time. We've got lots of greens, pinks, purples, all distributed very nicely across the piece itself. So good job, man. You gotta love the effort and work this guy puts in. What I want to say about the building itself is it's really cool, you know, compared to the big skyscrapers back here, which I'm assuming are, you know, a lot more clean and sci-fi. This has a much more junkyard feel. It's a really nice contrast. I'm a big fan of the Fallout series since probably the age of 10, but it's really cool. Lots of patchwork metal, you know, pipes, cables, vents. It looks really good, and even the shapes of the rooms are sort of, you know, doing their own thing. They're not very constricted to straight square boxes. It's really got character. I also think that the building itself, considering it's a hotel, it probably extends quite a long way backwards, or maybe just as much as the front it goes backwards, because you'd expect there to be a bit of room back there, so, you know, there's a lobby and places where people can chill in a lounge and whatnot. Starting off, we're going to go from bottom to top, left to right, so we're going to be starting off down in this bottom corner. What we can see here is we have a worker. You can tell he's a worker because he has got the same shirt as the woman in here who is working, and he's clearly on his break, sat on top of a crate, and he's just having a little ciggy, you know, having a little chill. Fair play to him. Really cool, you know, lots of emotion captured in this little scene here. And down here we've got a little cup, and you know, just by highlighting that, I want to state that I'm using Sprite to view this. I also use Pixaki to make pixel art. This obviously isn't my art, this is Gustavo's, and I think Gustavo uses Photoshop. So if you wanna learn to, you know, draw or make pixel art like Gustavo, you gotta learn to use Photoshop, which I'm gonna be doing very soon. So over here we got crates of bottles and stuff. You know, you can expect this is some liquor they're serving, or juice, or some soft drink, whatever, who knows. We got some nice wooden crates, a fence. Now, talking about the wooden crates, now I wouldn't think this would be one of the first lore theories I'd be talking about, but this clearly shows that they have access to wood. So they either have trees, or they can fabricate wood in some way in the Animetaverse. Who knows, you know, we haven't seen many trees in the Animetaverse yet at all, really, so that'd be a nice surprise if we do see something like that. Up here we also have a TV with a news presenter on it. Now the funny thing about this is, like one other animator in this piece, this animator isn't one of the Artist Choice, so it was really cool for the holders of those animators to be surprised seeing their own animator as a little sort of like side Easter egg in there. Is really cool, you know. So this is definitely a headline. This is some news with a cityscape in the background, headline down here. So my second theory is that this guy has got a mask on. He's got a, you know, goggles on. It's not really a theory, it's sort of proven fact at this point. And so does this woman. She has a mask and goggles on, glasses, whatever. So this proves that workers, you know, can wear masks, they can wear goggles. It's unlike the real world that we live in today, where you're sort of expected to show your face if you're going to be presenting something or working in sort of any institution, you know, unless it's COVID-19 and you've got to wear some masks and whatnot. But regardless, you know, that's really cool. I do love that. It's sort of on some arm. You can tell it's behind this guy's head. Maybe it's just for the people out here, or maybe it swings around for the people inside. Who knows? Talking about the shop itself, it's really cool. It says ramen and choripan. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a type of chorizo, sort of breaded bun thing, almost like a hot dog, but, you know, a bit more fancy and Probably saying it's a bit like a hot dog is probably disrespect to the creators of it, but down here we've got a smudged one, it looks like, which I'm sure many people actually thought was a hot dog. I did originally until I knew what choripan was, but that's really cool. So it doesn't actually have a name for the shop. I'm guessing it's just for the Broken Heart Hotel. It's not like a big chain probably, but that's really cool. You can see really nice smoke effects back here from whatever they're cooking in that big sort of pan. You've probably noticed a giant Easter egg here, a cool cat. Right here we got a lovely little cool cat plushie. Very, very sick, you know, giving nods to some of the big blue chip projects in the scene. Maybe they'll give nods to us one day, hopefully. I'm sure they will, because I honestly think, you know, Animetas is going to be bigger. Keep that secret. But anyways, getting on to this little scene with, I assume to be father and son, because Gustavo loves to show off his father-son love in his pieces. If you go onto his Instagram or Etsy shop, you'll see many of these pieces, because Gustavo loves his dad and he shows many of his younger sort of years, you know, fantasized with crazy things in his artwork. So I really do love that. So another cool thing about this or this whole piece, you know, you get to see the bottom half of Animetas. You get to see their legs. So with this laser armor, we can tell that the shoulder pieces are very similar to the thigh pieces, and that's really good combination. You know, it looks great. I do love it. The color continues down, and it's a full suit, the laser armor, which is very, very sick. I do love it. Another thing about the laser armor is the arm pads. You know, I'll put a picture on screen of this one I'm talking about now, but there is weapons coming out of either side. Now we can see one of his weapons here, but there's also weapons that extend out. This shows that they can retract, they can go inside the armor, away from being on display, which is really cool. You know, I love another bit of lore there if you think about it really deeply. So I love that. You know, maybe he even has weapons which come out of his legs. Who knows? That'd be really sick. Some Terminator shit right there. Who knows? I love how the kid has got the same sort of hair as his dad. Got a very smiley face. The dad looks kind of serious, or just getting on with it. You know, who knows? And he seems to be pointing at something. Now you might think he's pointing at the choripan on the floor, smudged down, laughing at it. But I personally think he's pointing at the sewage grate. Now, the thing is, this could be reflection. This green stuff could be reflection from this, but I think it's too obvious to be reflection. I think it is more so likely some sort of glowing thing coming from the sewers, maybe a nod to Animonsters, some radioactive sewage, a mad scientist working down there in a secret lab. Who knows? But it does get you thinking, and I really love that. Another thing I want to say about the ground, the road, there's a lot of puddles, continuing the themes of rain in cyberpunk or Blade Runner cities. Really sick, man. I love the fact that Gustavo transfers that into Animetas art as well, because I personally now love rain in the city just because of Blade Runner and things like that. It is really, really sick. So that's cool. Moving on, we have bonus one down here. Sure, this is just some sort of way to categorize the artwork, because on the piece, the poster behind me, it says Animetas at the bottom. So that's really cool. This is the door to the facility, or the what do you call it, the establishment, and it has a keypad there, some sort of code you could put in, probably a disclaimer sign maybe. I'm not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. Not sure what this sort of boxy nature is. Maybe it's slightly smashed, but it's like square, you know, so I'm not sure exactly what this is showing. Maybe it's just the design of the door. Who knows? But you might have noticed down here we've got a little hand. Now it could be an Animonkey, it could be an Animeta from the Future Collection, it could be an Animonster from the Future Collection. Who knows? But a nice little Easter egg down there, just putting a hand on the window. Very cool. So over here we have probably the first sneak peek we got of hover cars. Really cool back end. I remember everyone was psyched about this. Got 3 exhausts, you know, 3 backlights. Really cool. The sparks, man. The sparks look so good. So good. Gustavo, if you're watching this, those sparks look damn good, man. I think if you were to animate this piece, it would just be amazing, honestly. He has got a toolbox down here. Now it looks like it might have some sort of spanner. I'm not sure if these are like little knobs you can flick up and down or something, or maybe it's just part of the tools as well, but who knows. Very cool. See, he's got some metal boots, sort of continuing the metal look from his arm. We've got a nice attention to detail of the light on the road. Really cool. A lot of vents in this piece. We got a big fan down here, another fan up here, and here we have the Broken Heart Hotel neon sign. That is really cool. Love that, honestly. Up here we can see a little hover car and a lamppost, but we'll get onto that in a sec. We're going to take it back a notch. We're going to come over here, go up to the next level and go along. So over here we've got some big clouds of smoke, but I'm sure you don't care about that. You probably care about the big Animonster right here, sticking his arm out the window with the giant red beady eye. This was another first sneak peek at a future collection, and there is 2 more sneak peeks at future collections in this piece. It was really amazing because this is from when Animetas first came out, and you can see the planning ahead, you know. And I'm sure in the future when people watch this video, you're going to see that that execution happened. And I'm so happy that I'm going to be around to see it. Everybody was super hyped over this piece, honestly. The Animonster arm and eye, everyone was talking about it. Very, very cool. So moving on, we have another artist choice animator. She is in a window. Now I'm not sure if, I mean, she's obviously singing. I'm not sure if she is singing to the public, if it's sort of pushed out maybe by a speaker up here. I'm sure that's just a fan or a vent because there's loads of them, but maybe, who knows. She may just be practicing in her room or whatever. Very, very cool stance, very cool, you know, look to this room. I do love it. You can see the light back here with the pink light. Maybe it's normal light and this is a pink window, who knows. But we've got a little glass down here, some sort of drink, and a really cool couch, very retro. Do love that, you know. I've always thought about future collections, maybe if we have an apartment collection in a metaverse, and apartments, who knows. You can have a little couch like that, you know, something like that. Another vent up here, a really cool room overall. But moving on to this is really cool because she is using some sort of device. Now we don't know what this device is. It may get mentioned in the future. I'm sure at some point we're gonna have to flesh out the lore a lot, so I'm sure this device will get mentioned. But she's sat in a much more dark room and she's smirking. Maybe she's on FaceTime to someone and just, you know, laughing at that, but it makes you think maybe she's up to something a bit more mischievous, being the fact that she's in the dark room. So who knows what that is, but really, really cool. So back onto this lamppost, I did want to say something about this. It's not a lamppost, is it? It's just some sort of like pylon. But another sneak peek at a hover car down here, very cool. But I wanted to say I do really like this pylon because the top of it, like this section here, almost looks like some sort of fantasy or just medieval spiked club. I've played a lot of fantasy games in my time, and I've seen things that look a lot like this a lot. So I really like that design. It's a very funny thing to like, but really cool, man. So let's take it back a notch. Let's go up to the next level. Now this is sick. So we've got a Annie monkey, and he is reaching for what looks to be a cat's food bowl. The cat is like red. I do love that. It's even got red eyes. And this cat's purple, so I don't think they've been dyed. I think that as their natural colours. And these could be parts of the future Animetas collection, which I'm sure everyone's looking forward to. Who doesn't want pets with their Animetas? I mean, I use a crypto bat and he's on the shoulder of my Animeter, so I'll put that on screen now to just give you a look. But that's a different collection completely, not Animetas related. But you know, I'm looking forward to Animetas because I want an Animet on my shoulder. That'd be sick. But yeah, so that's another artist choice animator. Petting the cat, really cute, out of the window, you know, really, really sick. Coming over here now, we have a rail and an open room with a wanted poster, and of course a cowgirl holding a gun. So what I think about this room is this cowgirl is obviously looking for someone. I mean, they've got a gun on a balcony, looking kind of lawless, you know, on a hotel in probably the middle of the city. But I think she's been staying at the Broken Heart Hotel for a little while, because why would there just be a random wanted poster in this room? And a wanted poster is normally quite Western, so I think she's been look, there's notes here as well, notes here. So I think she's been theorizing things, looking for this guy, hunting him down, spending a lot of time at this hotel, out of the limelight, maybe to try and catch this guy. But the cool thing is, this animator is the second one I was talking about, who isn't actually one of the artist's choice. You can see it's got its ID here, and it's wanted. So I remember the person in the Discord the day this dropped being super excited they own this animator. So that's really cool, because possibly the first villain of the Animetaverse. Really, really sick. I love the light design here. You can tell just the blur effect. It just looks really, really good. You know, so many colors in such little space. Really well done, Gustavo. I do love it. And this is another dimly lit room. You know, I love how he uses light to really set the tone of his artwork, of his rooms and whatnot. It's very smart, and you gotta give props to the guy. So good. Now the cowgirl herself is really cool. She has got a mask, goggles, headphones, and a hat. And you get to see the bottom half of a cowgirl. So they've all got metal bodies and metal legs, it looks like. Same with the cowboys. And they've got classic boots, which is a nice touch. I do love that. She is holding one of the first proper full looks, or the first full look at a gun we've seen. You know, we got a weapon airdrop coming up in the future. I think that's a limited airdrop, so don't quote me, take my words with a pinch of salt. Maybe this is a Western weapon, or maybe it's readily available to everyone. Who knows? Again, big fan of Fallout. This is very Fallout reminiscent for me, so really, really love it. I also love how this giant pipe it fits really nicely, and it's massive, and it comes down to the full next level. Maybe she's using this device to listen in through the pipe up here and listening to this room. Or maybe this pipe leads to this vent. I don't know. I'm just going on about things, but very cool, you know. I could just theorize about this artwork all day. Coming up to the next level, the rooftop, we have some pylons, very cool satellite dish, or not satellite dish, you know, just a satellite array type thing. I don't even know what you want to call it. And we've got a punk girl, the punk artist choice, sat on top. Really cool, being rebellious like a punk should. And you get to see the bottom half, so jeans and boots. Really cool, I do love the style. And she's holding on to some sort of raven or crow. I think it's a bit too big to be a crow. And it's got red eyes. Maybe it's a android raven or something, or just evil, who knows. So we have got the sign, which is really big, bold, neon bright, love it. Onto the sky. Now the sky has a lot of things going on, or the city skyline. So what we've got over here is, you know, a couple of hover cars, you know, a couple more things to get people excited before the hover cars drop. And we have H49. This is obviously referencing Cyber H49, who is actually a character in the Animetaverse, and H49 is a big corporation, so that is really cool. We've already seen, you know, one of the big corporations, very cyberpunk-esque, really love it. Over here we have the big A. Now this A could mean Animetas, it could mean Animetes, you know, sort of looks like an Avengers A, so maybe Animetes. Who knows what this one is, but very cool to get you thinking. Up here we have the Animetes. We have the female and male lightning Animete. They are sick. I love them. Look at them, just stood up there watching over their city. So over here we have a building, and I love the sort of protrusions coming out of it. We got spiky side to it, and the windows look very sort of old school almost. I can't really describe it. It looks really sick. Good job. Up here we've got the alien spacecraft. Now we've seen them now. They look a lot cooler than just a classic UFO, so that is cool. We love seeing that, you know. We're seeing that as well back in the day. It was like, whoa, first alien spacecraft, this is sick. Now the last corporation, which is pictured in this photo or art piece, is Pixel something. You'd expect it to be Pixel Gustavo because he's the artist, and we've got obviously the main dev, the lead dev, Cyber, in it. So I've actually got some alpha from Cyber himself. This is in fact Pixelner. So it is something to do with Pixel Gustavo. Gustavo Vilsner. Sorry if I butchered your second name, man. but you know, it's a combination of Pixel and Vilsner. So sick, man, honestly. So we got 2 big corporations to think about, 3 technically, we don't know what this is. Maybe they have feuds, maybe they're best buds. If it's Cyberpunk-esque, probably not best buds, you know, the big corporations normally out to get each other. But that is really wicked, love it. Wow, my throat is getting bad now, getting towards the end of this. I already filmed this once, but my green screen was sort of screwed up and it looked kind of bad. You know, I think that's it. I'm going to quickly flip over to the draft to show you guys the draft of this piece, so we can see what was going through the mind of Gustavo when he was thinking about it. And yeah, that's it for the main piece. Really sick. Good job, Gustavo. Love it. You know, look at the emotion on the kid's face, transferred very well. It's so sick, you know. It's just amazing. Now, the green glow on the vent isn't here, but there also isn't the Shuripan, so it leads me to believe he was in fact pointing at that. Who knows? But wicked, you know, good job. This was actually auctioned in one of the Annie auctions, so this is a 1 of 1, which was which someone won. I forgot who won it. Probably check really quick. Wilcox, of course, Wilcox won it. Wilcox is a big animator whale, so respect to him for securing this amazing piece. So good job, Wilcox. I think you got a steal for this with a bunch of Annie tokens. But yeah, that is it for the artist choice video. I hope you all enjoyed. Do stick around for the future ones, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Lovely talking with ya. Catch you in the next one. Peace.